Hi guys, this is Duke, one of the specialists. I'll be doing a mock call and call just came in. I will answer it now. Thank you for calling Vessel IT. My name is Duke. How may I help? Yeah, okay. Let me get your number please so I can call you back in case we get disconnected. Okay, so this is a problem with HMS sync. Alright, let me remote connect to your laptop and for me to take a look why this problem is happening. Can you open the switcher support and give to me the ID and the password? Okay. Right. So basically, we will get all the informations that we need from the user, and we have here our CTI toolkit. This will give us the option to be available on the call, or we will see the status if the caller is still there. We have here our notepad. Usually we will just put a timestamp of the time of the call and for us to know what we will put on the Google Sheet for the daily reports about the cases or tickets that we are using. So basically that's it. We are not really usually staying on the call for that long, and we are just getting the information, especially the callback number, to give the crew an update about what happened on their case. Okay, that's it. Very simple. Bye. Thank you. Hi guys, my name is Dirk. I'm one of the specialists. Here with me today is Brie, my daughter. She will be helping me to do a presentation about the topic that I will discuss for this video. So this presentation, we will talk about remote support. Basically, remote support is the one that we are doing if there's no way for us to go to the office. So what are the reasons for remote support? We have natural calamities like typhoons, super typhoons. So if we have emergency at home or emergency leave, people in the office have emergency leave. There's no way for anyone or someone to go to the office. Sometimes we are also doing this for if there's a case of transport strike, that there's no way for us to go to the office because most of us are using public transport. So what are the tools that I'm using for remote support? Basically, I have here my mobile phones. So all the calls that's supposed to be to go to the office will be read out here on my mobile. So it will be ready. I have here my laptop where I can check my Outlook and check the emails. Of course, the team viewer is ready here. I have here the Citrix for Sortica. I have here the Helm, and of course HMS. Dispatch is always open. Okay, what are the benefits of remote support? Of course, like what I mentioned earlier, if there's an emergency at home, that somebody needs to leave from the office and someone needs to take over. So if there's a family member that is sick, you can take care of your family member, or you can play with your kids if nobody will take care of them, like nobody's just available that day. You can play with them, you can teach them stuff, and of course one of my favorite, I can eat anytime because I'm just a kid. Okay, so thank you, that's all. Thank you for watching. I have here Ship Shaper. She's looking at the Ship Shaper, and one of her favorite video. So that's it. Bye guys. Say bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Okay, this is how we receive incidents and requests from email. So right now we have one email from the SAV email address coming from Beltana. So first we read the email, the contents of the email, and then we just simply reply to them or reply all.
Mm-hmm.
Then we compose the We compose the email reply. So let's say we've replied to their request. Now, last part would be to categorize this under mine. So we have multiple categories here for each specialist. And then once replied, we just put a check on it. That's it. Thank you.
This is the part two, or I guess part three, of how I create tickets or how the team create tickets, depending on their um, way. All right, mine is different from the others, I think, or a little bit different because I have categories for each. Like for example, the contact person should be Xandro. Oh, sorry about that. Since you know, Z is the one who actually gave us this duty or this task. And you can see here that the tag user ID, or user ID only, is Tiffany Ord, because she will be or her permission will be modified, um, since there's going to be some changes in Certica. Issues, I put in the Certica user group destination. Um, that's what I'm going to call it, or I think that's what we're going to call it, or when we put it in the ticket in the summary. So, all right, you can see Certica, the issue, and when you go here in the summary, it says the same thing. Certica EU user group designation. Now, when we log in tickets, as you can see, that's the incident ID, and that's the created ticket on my email. So you could see that they're the same. I just used the notepad for efficiency. So, instead of logging it directly, I think I could log all the necessary details, all the important details in my troubleshooting. Something like that. I can explain it. Sorry. In an efficient manner, I suppose. So that there wouldn't be any concerns on what I've done on this certain issue, or in this certain problem. Okay, so here you could see the sub status or reason. I've closed it down because I'm very sure that I was able to change the user group of Tiffany. And in the created date, you could see that the time is there, 10 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday. And of course, if I've already resolved the issue, I usually close them at around 1:30 in the afternoon, and then close it directly at 1:30:55. So I just use copy paste for this when I'm closing tickets. Okay. Yep, you can see here. Okay, you could see that there's the Tiffany, or they just copy paste the notes from my notepad, which is a bit redundant, but you could see that there's a somewhat efficiency there, and all the details are taken, or are logged. All right, I think that's the word I have to use. And the resolution as well is over here. Ooh, wrong button. Sorry about that. Okay, resolution added to user group, no access. I've done that, and upload to SharePoint and email Xandro. That I've done my part in changing this stuff. Alright, Google. Okay, as you can see here, there's access because it's an access concern, and then permissions. I'm removing the permissions. That's why that's the category here. Configuration, of course, change in configuration. It's pretty straightforward. Well, that's it, Christina. I hope you enjoyed a very monotone presentation. Okay, bye bye. That's all. If you have any questions regarding the ticketing tool, it's not thick, but it's a ticketing tool. Please feel free to ask any of us because we're pretty good at copy pasting stuff. Okay, bye.
Hi guys. Hi Christina. Hi Jasper. Hi Sav team. My name is Jonathan, and today I'm going to talk about case endorsement. Well, there are two things about case endorsement. The first is if the case needs to be endorsed to the next shifter, or second is if the case should be endorsed to the third party or to the vendor. Now, for the first case, if the case or if an issue comes in on the latter part of the shift, obviously there's no time left for that person to handle the case. Then it needs to be endorsed to the next shifter. If the person is already in the office, then the person talks to the next shifter personally and talk about the case. Then they discuss about the things that transpired during the call and what needs to be done, what troubleshootings have been performed, and the next shifter will take over. Now, if the person is not in the office, I'm sorry, if the next shifter is not yet in the office, then normally what we do is send an email to that person with Sandra in CC or in carbon copy, and discussing the things that should be endorsed, like what was it all about, the things that have been performed, and what things needs to be done. At the end of the shift, what we do is send a shift report with PLSM in copy as well, stating the details of the things or the cases that we handled. Now, for the second item, which is endorsement to the third party or to the vendor, what we do is we discuss discuss the issue with the teammate, and we do brainstorming, checking all the resources that we have, including the team site as well as the email, the historical background of the case, if the case has already been handled previously. If it's a new thing and Sav can't handle it, if it's out of the scope of support, then we send an email to the vendor or to the third party and let them handle the case. That's it. Okay, I hope you enjoy your stay in Manila, and thank you for watching my video. Ciao!
Hi, Poch here. I'll be discussing about incident and request management for SAV. Well, first, before we start, we need to know what's the difference between a request and an incident. A request would be a ticket that comes into to SAV asking to create, modify, disable, or maybe relocate a user from within any of the three major applications that we support. That would be Helm, HMS, and then Certica. An incident, on the other hand, would be a ticket that is for any unplanned event that is causing service issues for our vessels and our users. And this could range from a simple application error up to a network issue. The team gives priority first to incidents. Why? Again, this would be service impacting issues which could hamper users and vessels to go about their work, and which may result to losses for Switzer, which no one really wants. They'll tag differently. We do handle them almost the same, and how we do it is that once a ticket or once a caller calls in, we need to make sure that the issue is resolved during the call as much as possible, and that would be the same for request. If there's a request for a user to be transferred or disabled or created on any of the three major applications, then we reply back to the user with the resolution, telling them that the issue has been resolved or the ticket has been closed. If there's any issue that is not resolved during the first call, we make sure that that ticket goes to first or SPOCs. That this would be more of the experts within Switzer. And then if the issue is not taken care of within Switzer, then that's the only time that we can go to our third-party resolver groups. That would be Logimatic, and EDOC, and also CMO. And then we also have Atea for any network issues. And on the ticket itself, on the ticket that we're currently using, during one of the meetings with the team, we all agreed that we need to have something to at least tag a ticket if it's a request or if it's an incident. And everybody agreed that it needs to be on that same ticket. So what we did is, if you check on the ticket that we're currently using, or the ticketing tool that we're currently using, the first column would be you would see there a drop down, and that would tell you, or that would let you choose if the ticket is an incident or a request. So basically, once all these is set and once the issue has been resolved, that would be the time that we can go back to the user with the resolution on hand. We could tell them that the issue has been resolved, and we could ask them if they could test it from their end, or we could give them the steps on how to resolve the issue, and then they could reply back to us. And if there's any other queries or questions, then we could send that back over to the SPOC or the third-party resolver group.
Hi, this is Andrew, and I am here to showcase SAB's local SharePoint site. On the SharePoint, you'll find SAB's documents on SOP, other support-related info, team updates, and more. We aim to put everything we know, and this site serves as our repository for that. To access it, you need to go to the website on the address bar. And yes, with the domain as team.apmoller.net, it's only accessible with the Maersk GSC intranet and some helpful Maersk GSC links here. To go to SAB's files, you either click exactly on Documents or the Expand Options button, then click on Shared Documents. Here you will see the folder that houses our schedule and other team documents. Let's go to Team Documents. Now you see some of our documents, including our quick guides, some extra information for vessel IT support, and internal admin related guides, with some housed on different categorized folders like Helm, HMS, Certica, and team updates. Going to Helm, for example, you will see here the different information we have collected. We try and put in some documents we have created ourselves, including, of course, our SOP. We upload the SOP here as a PowerPoint show to make sure we cannot easily make edits or changes. Changes are first discussed within the team for speculation or challenge. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching the guide for our SAB SharePoint.